Please note that no AI, colorization or digital enhancement has been applied to my personal archive of original postcards, photographs, slides and negatives featured on this YouTube channel. After an afternoon's sightseeing on bicycles, our aesthetic overload brought on the urge for a beer. Luckily we were only a short distance from Mommsen-Eck, on the corner of Mommsenstraße and Wilmersdorferstraße, a fine tavern also known as the Haus, bier. Named in honour of the German composer Paul Hindemith, the square in front of the pub was designated Hindemithplatz in 1995. Erected in 1993-4, the St. George Brunnen monument once stood in the Bayernhof at Potsdamer Platz, but the remains were moved here when the war-damaged buildings were demolished. The large statue of St. George, which stood between the pillars, was apparently stolen after the war. The bronze was possibly traded and melted down. It was not simply the case that Mommsen-Eck had great choice of beer. A few steps into the place and it was love at first sight. For my money, this is exactly how a Berlin pub should look. Wood panelling, interesting decor and furnishings, and simply the general look and ambience that makes for a congenial drinking environment. I wanted to buy an apartment next door just so I could have this as my local. Mommsen-Eck was an obvious name for a tavern in Mommsenstraße, as the tavern opened shortly after the death of Professor Theodor Mommsen in 1903. The historian, jurist, journalist, politician and archaeologist was Professor of Roman History at the University of Berlin in the mid-19th century. Widely regarded as one of the greatest classicists of the period, he was also a prominent politician. Theodor Mommsen received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1902, the year before he died, aged 85. I suspect that there are more than 100 beers on offer at Mommsen-Eck. Moreover, they are sourced from around the world. La Goddess de Velo opted for something quite exotic. Well, it was the first time she had ordered a beer from Hawaii. The Fire Rock American Pale Ale by Kona Brewing Company proved to be a good choice. A citrus floral hop aroma is delivered by Galena, Cascade and Mount Hood hops, and the beer has a nice crisp finish. I ordered from the 15 beers on tap. Long odds, but I won the lottery, as the Kloster Andex Doppelbock Dunkel, that's a mouthful isn't it, was simply magnificent and easily one of the best beers I have had the pleasure to drink. The Bavarian Bock is plummy in colour and seems to be full of fruit on the palate, combining with a velvety chocolate character, but with enough hops to deliver a lovely finish. At 7% ABV, this is a mild Bavarian version of a Belgium Christmas ale. So if you visit Haus, bier, I recommend that you forget the other 99 and invest everything in the Kloster Andex Doppelbock Dunkel, which pays out a massive dividend. A magnificent beer in a wonderful pub. Thanks for viewing and listening to my blurb. If you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up. Post your comments below if you have more info or a question. If you think these video clips rock, you can also subscribe to the channel.